Solutions issues governance. The future is solar-free energy, super water, for health. The future is also technology, better big supercomputers, for smart tasks, solving and saving worlds. The future is stopping pollution, everywhere, in the air. The future is curing all diseases, sickness, stopping preserving people to be brought back to life. The future is feeding, watering, all people, inventing new ways. Political world that's superior. The future is more prosperous wealth and a richer way of life. The future is economic security, with finance. The future is a better way of life with technology. A super healthy rich home, and a more affordable cities and built technology of structure that benefits everyone. The future is this freedom and solutions. The future is a growing world, vibrant, forming growth, terraformed planet, from the ground deep and up, colonizing other worlds. The future is a self-defense weapons world, peace, stun weapons. The future is one world, not several in one, on Earth, and also where all love and support each other. Planets wide, building, forming, growing, terraforming in other worlds. A justice system fair and not cruel, and good structure clean, adequate. The future is clean oceans, waters, safe works, construction. The future is no torture, no killing, no forced medication, badly, and safe alternatives, and choice. The future is no killing babies when technology can take care of and save all lives. Invest in that. Mothers, babies, families, instead of unborn murder of babies in the millions when they and their mothers are more than fine, healthy. When babies can be born safely and if emergency, put in a machine to finish growing them. Incubation, before it's critical and is safe for mothers to have, instead of murder, when 99% the time it's always safe to have. With modern doctors today, why kill babies the same as any child, whether unborn or no? Why destroy life of a human child, a life, a baby? The future is no more murder. The future is more education, truthful, more news, truthful and good. The future is preserving all life, including plants, animals, all planet Earth and beyond. Life, saving the planet and the universe we live in, freeing lives, saving all people's lives and intelligent life. The future is sanitary for the poor and all. Recycle, protect the cycle that comes back to you. The future is having a future for everyone, and protecting the earth from space junk derby astride, from protection from all forces on all life-living planets and more we inhabit, and safe practices. The future is good, clean nutrients, food, no bad stuff in them, superfood and water, to make healthy and wise. The future is cleaning up our harmful waste, and stopping the making of more waste and waste plants, and weapons of waste, stopping bad chemicals, harmful to our worlds. The future is uncovering, understanding, talking about our true history, and learning more with technology. The future is helping those in need and clean resources, and new science and not lies, true science, and new material and substances, even combining for newer and newer better things, on Earth's universal, to spread good resources, and jobs, to be doers. Not just for mercy, but because it's a great system of reward in others that keeps us growing. Extra reward for hard working, and new experiences, and no limit. Self-reliant help, self-jobs, and others get rewarded and have cool rewarding experience. Technology making everything at fingertip. Just keep it flowing for reward, benefit, and be a doer. Responsibility, find the way, truth, and the life. Through the love all. And mercy, always mercy. Creating a life more abundant, immune from death, and an immortal lifestyle, safe goodness, so all are good and taught good, objectively, without bias or lies. Teach science, not bad religion, and not scientific bad religion. Lies. Taught good, do good and mercy, teach that. Don't judge. Show mercy, peace, harmony. Set an example, teach no more death, Even for justice be willing that none should have to perish. Technology and people ready to share healthcare to those in need. Provide economic security, and everyone do their fair share. Find a better way. Solution sharpers for peace and agreement. The future is humane practices into animals. The future is in sciences that can stop and reverse aging, health, youth, ability, exercise. In all areas the future is in science that saves all lives in every way, and using it to stop abortion too, or murder. The future is science in growing, regenerating back the humans hurt, healing them, and fixing the dead to life with technology, substances, science. Humans whole as humans in physical bodies. The future is free online education and good pay. The future is in sciences that can stop and reverse aging, health, youth, ability, exercise. In all areas the future is in science that saves all lives in every way, and using it to stop abortion too, or murder. And we need better engineering for storms, earthquakes, natural disasters, to prevent damage in living areas. Stop floods, volcanoes, build, design, strong, better preparedness, to keep away from trouble, and end poverty. Assistance fight poverty, crime, sickness, medical trouble, lack of resources, starving, thirsty, poor, and be enslaved with new technology, and give it to them. Give them the power to keep their freedom with technology. To free slaves, raid the camps, free them. Give them defense tech, high tech or low tech. Government health screenings. The law workers, government subcontractors need health assessment screenings. New agency for health assessment. Make sure they are well from a doctor, meet standards of job, and are given medical help if needed. With all jobs, health reported to agency, and the nature to assess health wellness of job, and of our country's government as a whole, and the standards right direction, including mental health, evaluating even mental health workers themselves, police, wardens, DHR, judges, lawyers, protectors, FBI, government officials, politicians, rescue workers, firefighters, and everyone in government except military. Access to previous past review of their jobs, if it affected them or others. Government doctors can treat them medically, so problems don't stay with them for job injuries, or related, or other, or they can choose their own doctors. Also, it would be good to screen out those who are psychopaths, or who are broken and can't do their jobs up to standards, and get them the help they need. No forced treatment. Equal school funds for parents, free education, internet, or other schools give them that chose not to public school. The value of public money and competitive costs to pay for another school added, and stop forced teaching religious lies of evolution in public schools. Just teach science, not religion. There is probable not a pill that does anything for prevention but poison and kill, so any pill that murders life at conception, even through prevention, should be banned. Murdering life. Contraception first. Killing a baby with a pill is still murder, no matter how old or young human life or just have a baby. And birth control pills should be banned. Pills to murder life. Babies unborn. All birth control pills that should be banned, that wreck your health and kills life. Clean or condoms is fine. Kids to clean immediately. If raped, fine. Or abstain from unprotected. We all know the moral reasons for going to war. To save lives, freedom. Instead of suffering, we all know we would rather talk things out, or have a harmless weapons and capture the enemy, or at least have inventions, so we are never putting our troops in harm's way. Thinking of inventions, robots for doing work. But then where do jobs go? Let's have utopia system. Free. Let's make citizen arrests and take criminals to court. Imagine we invented defense weapons that don't kill, to take out the enemy and their weapons and bases. We could enforce public to use for defense shields that stop all weapons, hand defense toys to stop a criminal. Cops have things like net guns, paintballs. What about paintball guns? High tech. or smart materials to envelope and shield. Stop. With energy. Tech. To stop harmful weapons, and why have we never worked on that? No, just murder. Weapons. And our management of the wars we fought have sucked. And strategy for letting those in their own country be free and take a stand. All of them given to have a stake to take care of selves. Peace. System. We spent trillions on wars, fought 2 wars and others. Bought made weapons for trillions. We could have clothed all Africa with new inventions. With that, kept bad crazy people from moving into Africa, stopped genocide, starvation, and developed our brothers sisters over there, taught them right, instead of bad people trying to convert them to evil. Killing. New inventions. Less expensive. In my video Injustice of America, I said the crimes people should go to jail for, or anything like that. I have stated the worst attempted murder and murder, even covering assault. I guess for the rest, depending on severity, 1 to 10 years, unless the rape, torture, drugging, kidnapping crosses the line, then up to 20 years considered terrorism. Acts or more if really evil. Assault with a weapon or deadly assault or major assault, we need to sentence and cut it by half, ranging from 6 months to a year or less for such an attempted murder, and assault should be same with up to an extra year or 2 with special halfway freedom early release programs for first offense, and circumstances in the right for jail time assault or any even attempted assault as attempted murder. And while actually attempted murder should be, depending on severity, 20 years to 40 years or less with parole unless for good reason or enraged passion or crazy. Then less all the way around or under a different form, but an outright cold-hearted attempt to kill, take a gunshot person and premeditated murder, 20 to 60 years sentence if you kill someone, 90 to 100 years if you serve out, then work exile freedom path later after 100 years a sanctuary city colony, more lighter sentences on freedom path if person can be brought back to life, and you work to pay damages. Let's say you vandalize a neighborhood you live in, or should have access to. Let's say you break and spray paint or trash. What we need to understand is things like, was it vacant? Was there anybody there? Was it abandoned? Run down? Is there any proof? Was it for revenge or motivated? How bad and far is your motive? Could it carry you? Minor, major? The story details. Were you carrying a weapon? Knife? Gun? Was it natural for you to carry? Because the hood is bad. Was it legal for you to carry? Was it a mistake, stupid? Did you out of fear point the gun? Or weapon? Maybe you thought they would get you. Did you know someone would be there? Were you threatening? Or just making a point? Or was it casual, so you could get away? What kind of a weapon? Was it a big deal? Assuming you didn't hurt anyone? Or maybe you did, but not bad? Or didn't try to hurt bad? Mistake. Let's take off life bans on living in a neighborhood you already live in. For non-violent vandalism. Didn't hurt anyone. And no bans for even a month, even with strikes. And another thing. For a weapon, vandalism with a person there. Bans should be degreed on money it costs, say $4,000 in damage you get banned. For 1 year or 2 if you pay back physical damage. Or fights. A strike system before ban. For year or 2 unless really violent assault, then more. Petty vandalism never been pay damages. After so many strikes. Then more counseling on them. So let's be clear, no time served for petty stuff can be not allowed in the neighborhood for a small amount of time, fitting the damage of crime. Less than a week. After numerous strikes, warnings. To the same person. Weapons. Threats. If a part of vandalism, months to a year or more, depends on severity and proximity, character level. If just seen with a weapon, nothing major, then less than a month first time. And restrictions, petty fights, no bans may be bared, not allowed there for a month after so many strikes, restrictions, 10 strikes, charged, proven or something, over a period of time between a party. No lifetime bans on living. In area no year-long bans now. Not all rape or other crimes in this should be 1 year in jail, or more, sometimes first time less depending on servility of it. Current laws are fine regarding things like that. 2016. Talking about crimes like rape, kidnapping as terrorism, but not as bad like pranks, and some people under Patriot Act call anything terrorism, like cyber activism, disruptive dangerous actions which aren't terrorism. There most times are harmless. They should not go to jail. Major crime like harmless terrorism shouldn't be even a year. Either it's only when you come across real evil as terrorism can jail time be added more. Not harmless juvenile disruptive behavior, which is a parenting thing, not a court or cop thing. Just a timeout and warn them at station or home. No punishment. Resolve. Send them to classes for disruptive behavior and don't jail. Timeout center, classes home, or resolve at home without any action, and let off with a warning next time you go to class. Timeout center as punishment, or worse, government motel if you commit small crime worthy of punishment. Adults, however, the same, but an adult timeout center if needed. Quick, but under no circumstances should we arrest people for harmless disruptive behavior. Timeout center, bother them until they go and clear it up. Like if family has fight and counseling meetings to handle people who say they feel in danger. But this should not be used for girls calling police saying he slapped me or talked ugly to me, or parents really using police. Then yes, come out and warn, resolve it, and tell them it's your family, deal with it. But send caseworkers that come over, bother people with talk at home sessions, and not waste police, and resolve it. For neighbors, people who know each other, or strangers in disruptive behavior, maybe to mess up something that doesn't belong to them. Timeout center 1 hour or less first time to one group, or classes or caseworkers sessions at home, counseling or warning. If it's proven they did it and for no reason. In most cases, let them off with warning first time to the person's people, family, school, testes, and homework to avoid timeout center for an hour or so for adults, kids, anyone unless disabled, which looks better on record, or trusted parent to handle punishment to parent them. Law, order, budgets, technology. Advances, due process programs, due process to stop crime, organize, get involved, local comings to support programs, law, order, new technology, organization, stop, prevent crime, new stun weapons, new tech, no more guns unless in a war fight. Stun lasers. Train wardens to be high-tech and ethical, peaceful, better jails, more space, better security, nicer than government motels. Refer to Injustice of America or Inhumane Justice video. Train people to be friendly, nice, ethical parenting type skills for adults to mental health workers, DHR, other trained to do the same, and how to use peaceful force only if needed and doesn't violate rights to refuse treatment unless criminal, major insanity crimes in a major correctional hospital for server crimes, but still be ethical, moral, and fair, and no force non-crazy people. Or insane. Treatment only treat if proven needed by doctor test, unless they pass a test to prove sanity. Hiring people, electing officials for government jobs, hiring, and board members, state, local, federal. No more private companies owning the jobs. Hiring process goes to the people's representatives. Elect local police chiefs and heads every 4 years, and fire if they wrong bad for job, and have locals hire their own police. Right for them. And other law enforcement, all government agencies. This way, police academy, teacher training, early state military, and police, law enforcement, government people. Fitness centers. All levels, local, state, private, participate. Paid to complete under better humanitarian, ethical force training options, rules of engagement, law, order, peaceful force, and innocent until proven guilty. Treated good, fair, never jumping to engage unless doing a harmful act major. Then only intercept peacefully. Teacher taught right, classroom ethics only, parting skills, no police force brutality on any kids, teens ever. No injustice, change to adopt all behavior training, choice of higher ethics, constitutional, state, local vote to allow people power to vote, petition, vote on amendment. Polls so they can vote on bills, laws, things, weekly, monthly, yearly, other alongside representatives, other elected can vote this and to create amendment at all levels. People can vote and petition to and overturn Supreme Court laws or other they don't like, change them, and elect their judges based on values, not secrecy, which the founders never intended. Schools give students and parents choice which schools go to with money given to all K-12 education. Internet home other private public school computer gifts to all students kids with national education programs on them they can participate in to give them a chance at basic school requirements, not evolution religion or not needed basics free within reason funds. States can cover some medical costs not just feds and share some federal funds untied states. Police if needed in a riot to restore order military can with law and order due process have martial law against riotous warful people, but never go against nation's laws or violate any rights. No war on people and military police can be used with other law agencies to fight domestic war threats that kill innocent people or can majorly harm and disorder chaos. A local municipal board voted in handling different local law jobs like police wardens, all types of legal officials and justice instead of corporations deciding who gets trained and hired to police. Let the people vote. Every year elected. Locally, they review job stats and reports on how they did their job and cases against them. And body cams on secure website review and the investigation team can be hired. And they hire a tight system of watchers to monitor local cameras for crimes. Manslaughter. Crazy. Accident. Mistake. Disoriented mercy rule. The mercy rule. If it wasn't their true will to do it. Disoriented so determined this class of manslaughter that we're talking about call it disjointed or something. Disoriented, disjointed, not rational, close to crazy, scared, rushed. Examples: cops in bad situation who kill people unarmed in what they feel is an aggressive moment. Threatened when the suspect makes them mad, but overreacting, or let's say a cop's at a protest in that moment, but not thinking, shoots an innocent bystander. Kills him. Sometimes people get caught up and just don't think. Another examples. Weary in the woods accidents. Disoriented, weary, someone gets bumped off cliff or hill, or into a hole or accidentally shot. Ben in woods too long. Or a kitchen accident, accidentally and poisoning someone. Eats muffins on the counter, stupid, contaminated. Or locking a car, stupid, thinking, harmless, wrong, not knowing temperature would change, not fully grasping the outcome. And soldiers sometimes do things under war crazy, but they're disoriented. Mercy for that, just being disoriented, even disjointed adjective, lacking a coherent sequence or connection. Crazily acting, scared, fragmented, loss of self. Synonyms: unconnected, disconnected, disunited, discontinuous, fragmented, disorganized, disordered, muddled, mixed up, jumbled, garbled, incoherent, confused, rambling, wandering, or someone in thought. Bad gang street moment in crises, accidentally harm someone out of their mind in confusion. Maybe they thought they were helping by pushing someone out the way, not realizing they hurt them, or crazily did it without composing it. Regret, remorse, and never wanted it. Accident. No bad intent. In a war, shuffling. Not seeing it. Drooping down with fast good intentions, overrun to extreme, super fatigue, beyond measure, dying sick. And things go bad accidentally, which could have been recoverable temporary unintentionally. It was impossible, out of your power to help, you're pushed away. Accident, crazy in a nightmare as an accident. Dreams, loss of time. Not the cause, brain damage. Fighting it off, then this accident happens. Hiding, running, trying to protect crazily. In the dreams, whether it had effect on accident. Fight or flight, running, agonizing to move. Blind accident, they say that they should all get manslaughter, crazy, mental health, mercy, and less than 1 year prison. Or other time-serving venues, or half-time in 1/2 day in other, or halfway house away from that city. Some people may not be considered crazy, but have these problems. Maybe they don't remember worse than sleepwalking yet because of everything they were saying, but they were hurt. Or maybe they're just temporarily crazy. How to describe it? Someone threatened their life, they trying to live and help in chaos, like locking them in car when gunman comes, but you leave them there because you're injured. Hot day, cops save their life, you lose your mind and don't defend. Self get charged with manslaughter. Maybe if you realized something you could say I was disjointed in accident, even if it doesn't look like it, and get mercy. Or you just do something stupid causing accidental harm, not your fault and you're disjointed. Never would be your intent or fault, a blind nightmare, not you. Accident. Stupid. Maybe you're on medication that alters your mind, thought it was harmless or didn't see a harm, and it accidentally turned into a harm you didn't notice. Example, you're at a party, play a joke on your drunk friend, he has a heart attack, you moved him to bed, call cops saying you found him there, his drugs killed him, not you or your prank. But had you have called police, maybe they could revive him. But you tried to help him yourself and waste 2 minutes. He dies for a happy ending, life after death surgery. He lives and everyone gets rescued and saved like that. Free private schools and homeschools is a right. Internet schools. Public schools, do we need them? We have internet where all information should be free. Schools are more of meeting places, we the people learning places with information to learn facts. Not political jargon and worldviews, it's a place of learning. Come to a school to meet and receive helpful info. Today's kids don't need 7-hour schools. That's crazy, they are much smarter. In better things, computers at home or at the school. Meet at the school. And do cool things, not sit at a desk. Let students decide what they learn, and parents, for public schools, learn the basics well. Watch videos, movies. School theaters, advanced computer sites. For learning. At young ages. Playgrounds, sports at school is good. Field trips. Skill classes to freely attend, learn about how things work. Big things. Nature. Science, math, history. Study of other cultures. Inventing. Skills. Language. Spelling, English, all sorts of skills at a young age. And most important, how to create and take care of the world, life. Study the universe. Sciences of it. Facts, not theories. And how to provide for life ladder. And most important, it's about making friends and connecting with people that you care about. Not shuffling them through an ordeal to learn them how hard things can be. To what punish them all their life. And when they grow up so they can never be the best at something, always tearing kids down. But that's what parents of the past have done. They have taken the real fun out of childhood, the fun games, playtime outside, and real friendship traded for degrees. Worthless, useless questions that are partially wrong assumptions. Kids are smarter. Working hard is good and fun when you are making the difference, being the best, and don't let people take that in exchange for fake rhetoric. The right books or programs that make it simple in a short time. No balderdash. Society is on the cusp where time is wasted. Government wastes people's time. Communities that can engage in programs for fun and learning to benefit kids, where they are the center of attention and their ideas credited to them. Not treated bad by government for being different, and all our ideas harvested by government. Every computer note written can be spied on. The law gives us the right to not have our personal papers not searched, seized. Kids need privacy, yes, record everything, but let them own it private. College is not really needed when you can go online and learn everything for free. Fun competition without bullying. Is exciting challenges being good, or a part of a challenge is good, healthy. Exercise is always good and everyone should do it. Keeps you youthful. Forever. That's what heaven is, being like a child. I don't like that wars happen and the loss of innocent people or anybody, but people deny about history, lying even about genocide, enemies of us and our friends. Chemical weapons being used. Creating weapons in mass to someday threaten us in the region and our friends. Killing, terrorizing the world. No freedom, bad religious laws to kill their own, murder, torture, and they want to do that to us, and they have attacked us. We have fought wars over their aggression. Countries that get nukes and blackmail us and would use them. Nobody wants to see hundreds of thousands dead over nukes, or millions in loss of the blessings we worked for. But look around, the wars continued, mismanaged by the same people that let hundreds of thousands of innocent people be slaughtered by terror people that are killing Western people and they allow this, and give them aid, weapons, money. They pass the buck when they are responsible for killing in war, and not supporting the dealing with threats, and they lie, make up delusional things, claiming, lying, saying we killed innocent people, even more so than our enemies. Lying, made up numbers, fudge dates. Lies. But you have people crazily signing who hang on to the sin party of murder, and love lies, and leading, making up people's minds for them on everything, and make it a mess, so we can't tell fact from fiction. Our wars are just, our soldiers good. The loss in war is not their fault. The enemy did it. Stop lying on the USA, and spinning a false narrative, and the narrative has always been spun wrong. The illusion you're getting both sides. We need better technology to disable enemies. For peace. Peaceful weapons. Stunning the enemies. Disabling their weapons. I'm not for war. Nazis' beliefs, radical terror have killed Americans. Our enemies' fault, no matter how they did it. They were on board. Still killing today. So let's focus on what we do know about our enemies and figure out all the guilty, and not be divided fighting ourselves, like we have been for over a decade. Today, and come up with solutions peaceful. History denying people, denying the Holocaust, the slaughtering of Jewish people, videos of stacks of people dead, killed history, and people want to do that today. To us, and every good person. I support truth. Taking down monuments everywhere is a lie. I'm against slavery. But today there are more slaves and treated worse than ever before. And states don't have rights to protect their citizens from being taken away. And crime. Speaking of the Civil War, the plan was for the Union to send black people to Africa, or to keep them second class and take the states' rights to have power, money, lands, and commerce in their favor, control around the world, so they can choose the slavery for the world and rule over poor lower class. I would have been for the North, even at some the cost of today, but not at the cost of abortion of millions of black people, and money slavery. America leading hundreds of millions in abortion around the world. For everyone that won't let states spend or make their states better, and black people in poverty. There are more racists in some non-southern states who hate minorities than in North Carolina, and more corrupt Democrats who support eugenics, killing of black people and all people who aren't with them, white or black, mainly to kill Christians, and they have done a good job of that to divide us. Let me make it absolutely clear, I love black people and all people, everyone. Never have liked racism and bad segregation, never would support it or the depravity to black people of their rights and earned wealth, and society putting them down, and making drugs and long sentences for them to destroy our communities. And I'm against violence to black people by law, and of violent, hateful people violently protesting for no reason, who don't call truth for what it is and let the media tell the story instead of aggressing grievances. They get off into the rhetoric. We need to be more modern and quit living in the past. Come together, focus on us now, not the past. Make America better for all, exceptional and excellent. Drugs, designed for adults and only rarely accepted for certain school-age youngsters, are being used to treat children still in cribs, despite no published research into their effectiveness and potential health risks for children so young. Almost 20,000 prescriptions for risperidone, commonly known as Risperdal, quetiapine, Seroquel, and other antipsychotic medications were written in 2014 for children 2 and younger, a 50% jump from 13,000 just 1 year before, according to the prescription data company IMS Health. Prescriptions for the antidepressant fluoxetine, Prozac, rose 23% in 1 year for that age group, to about 83,000. Many children receive several prescriptions a year. A lot of misconceptions. Drugs that affect someone mental physics is never good. You're taking synthetic chemicals that work the same way as psychedelics, placebo. Any supplement and treatment can help someone. They always wreck a person's health with side effects and the well-being of the organ, the brain. And the personal thought memory that drive people's lives are wrecked, altered, and forgotten, creating a person who can't be the best, smartest, causing them to mess up, drives them the wrong way. That's a side effect. It makes people do bad things because they're being tortured. It gives people mental problems, not helping them. The side effects are the effects. Why would someone work in that field knowing they're doing evil to the innocent money so they can drive Volvo, have an easy job? Like with any illness, there are so many deep problems that hurt can't describe on young minds. They're in pain. And this whole time these rich people did this to innocent children, messing them, torture them for money. Something gets taken, subtract, the well-being is gone out of bright kids' lives. People say that the world is too crowded. Well, there is still plenty of space to fit people, more land, and also we can build sites. But what is cool is we have 70% oceans which we can filter, clean up, and terraform to live on. Easy. Ocean sites, islands, flying craft homes. Without occupying too much water area, we can build islands full of water but man-structured, so building won't flood and we get more space, especially on the costs. And there is plenty of space in the universe, solar system, Mars, moons, outer space, which we can build on. People that are forced, treated, restraint, torture, and abuse, assaulted by hospital workers, don't fight and aren't violent if the doctor wants to give them injections and says they didn't take one pill right, didn't swallow, they attack them, assault and battery, torture them, drug them, cut off circulation for a night, maybe a day or more, to the point of death. They don't care. They beat them with their hands, knees, to bludgeon them, pressure down them, even mashing their face in so they can't breathe, and the restraints do that too. Sometimes police will use chokeholds doing the same, violently attacking someone, mashing, twisting necks, backs, face. Many cops, thousands pounds on them to the ground, and in jail they abuse them badly, beat them down while chained, mercilessly beating, bludgeoning them, all this to teenager every step of the way. Daily routines, hygiene, confinement in jail is one big torture treatment. They play games of abuse instead of doing their jobs, instead of helping them be uncruelly treated or unusually. They glorify this and hit on them lewdly. Little to drink for some, or eat, confinement, torture, temperature, air, with military police doing this to our young people in boot camps or juvie jails, sometimes for training. Far worse, but young people can get caught in feces, news system connected by youth military programs and mix-ups. For some kids, a police group can have them stuck in these programs for punishment, life risk to them. Drugs are dangerous. Illegal drugs are pushed today like they aren't by the media. We all know tobacco smoking kills. Any bad chemical does. Degrades health, hurts a person. Life, health, well-being, mentally, physically, causing problems, and I have looked at medical reports and they are clear that's the case. Something bad can be used to help out, good side, bad side, but only by doctoral people. Be careful. There was censorship on this. The online media will claim there's no health risks, and if someone posts a video showing medical evidence, it gets taken down. It's not just drugs. The world is full of chemical poison on everything, so educate yourself and be smart about how you stay away from harmful things. Conspiracy theorists are not too far off. Eating legal hemp seed is good, although I wouldn't, but smoking any type of smoking drugs is bad. Or breathing, smoking, period. American troops or personnel are not the world's policemen. I believe we can save lives, but we need to minimize our presences around the world. Maintain bases areas but police large areas. Save lives, free people. Train in areas. Watchdog, have air coverage, but not fight endless wars that could easily be won with technology and a plan. Use intelligence forces only to operate other planned out missions if necessary, protect routes, resources, but not use trade, make in our country, not forces to enforce useless trade that's unwanted, not cooperate. It's time for millions of people to return from the mission of police the world that will end the theft and slavery of trades gone bad, wasteful, and the CIA struggles around the world for this peaceful time, exploiting children, rape, sex slaves, young people brought in, made to have abortion, not their choice but exploited, murdering mature babies to be born healthy. Poison. The liberal government, who work in exploiting children. kidnapping. The hospital's mental health justice workers commit heinous acts and murder civilians, force black people into this, and murder Christians. Population control. Young teens raped, forced to watch abortions, forced in mental healths. There has to be punishment for it when it secretly went on. They invaded, no one fought them. Peaceful Christians, who if they speak out get jail tutored by the party that supports, knows it went on. So they can burn, sell body parts, experiment, and not give decent preservation of a living person. They invade all government they were never hired showed up. Jesus taught us to hate such people. He said it is better that a millstone be tied around their neck and they be thrown in the depths of the sea than offend these little ones. If a Satanist kills a baby, stop them in the act. The baby's life comes first. Figurative or literally, child sacrifice is when abortion is coerced or forced. Any life is viable, growing full speed. Feeling death, it's called pregnancy. The world bathed in the blood of babies in a number so big, more than the population was in the first part of human existing on this planet Earth, covering up, censor, controlling freedom of thought. To think it's a crime, threatening, cheating, lying in government, and beyond government blackmailed around the world. Population control workers have to be punished for such crimes, prosecuted, if only to save their soul. Wicked people from a drug addict older generation, who chose death over life, poisoned the world, created bad government, away from its founding. They are dying, we can save them, but we must have senior centers to treat them back to health, education, health treatment, super health, so that they can live and not die. Centers to meet their needs and to rehabilitate criminal population control or just bad crime people. I don't support the death penalty, but to remove the curse from the land, we have to teach them better and not enable a bad lifestyle, and not let them pollute children's minds without fair discussion and education. Not brainwashing, and maybe just this once everybody lives. We need to invent things to save mothers' lives and babies and give them a tool to protect themselves against exploitation technology, and the laws to exempt them from arrest and forced abortion, murder their child, and a watch group to save them, and state-run militias or other force or party to help. Even Amber Alert system, third-party apps. A significant portion of abortions worldwide are forced. Please do something. Don't let it climb into 2 billion babies dead in our generation. Have a solution to save lives, pay for it. All lives matter. Start building a new system. Contribute new science to save lives. Get rid of problems has been around forever since this started 50 years ago. Kept secret. Liberate that. Even so, all babies deserve a chance not to be butchered, poisoned to death. Give them a chance at life. And give women sound mental clarity and not torture their minds with mind control powers, giving them problem brainwashing and lies, making them crazy through their suffrage, and not make them suffer in the evil process that harms mothers as well, mentally, physically, and other. Look, if we use our minds, we can dream new science as a leading nation in that. It's in our books, just start making it. For those women, and childs to children, solutions medically, to enable fixing health, at every stage, making it work perfect, and listen to lies from the Democrat places saying they plan or create better life in their deceptive name that murders the child, because that's an idiot solution to murder. We are smarter than that. If the problem was harder, we could solve that too, but it's not. And never is. Fear, hate, life, love, pride, emotions. Have you no emotions? Lovers of life or death? It's your choice. It just takes proper intelligent work to build a better nation and to realize, not lie, that we can. And I have calculated it in high school using simple math. It's not hard. Are you smarter than a dead fly? Some of your leaders haven't been. Educate the public, and go vote yourself. The smart way. Learn from it. Force new solutions, and we need our Second Amendment rights in case we are attacked by evil people. But we need restrictions for safety, limits on for hunting, for food, survival, sport, to protect ourselves from illegal guns, and gang armies, and wars only need to protect ourselves. Others Stop slavery, genocide, slavery to freedom, religious oppression, and only as a last resort, to take out enemies seeking to do us harm. But we need peaceful defense weapons that don't kill. Healthcare should be a right. Expand Medicare, Medicaid for those who can't pay and need healthcare. And the current situation, those getting disability healthcare as of 2017 is okay, but we need to quit wasting money on antipsychotic drugs for behavior health to punish kids that they don't want or need. But certainly disabled should get money. Poor and poverty people, especially when you take their lives away and give them disabling drugs, and jail traumatize them. Food stamps is a good program. Assistance to living like Red Cross and city agency to help poor are good. Get them back on their feet after lose of job or life. And things for storm damage government pays is good. For natural disasters and government should pay to save their citizens' life. And preserve the dead, even life after death surgery. To restore life. As long as we have the resources and no one is enslaved and lose their family's growth, then government should pay for it. Insurance not a fan. Bankruptcy insurance, gambling insurance, car insurance, house, other business. It should only be required in certain cases. If you pay taxes, the government should assist you with insurance private. If you're poor, or give you government insurance which people can pay their insurance bills back over time, a temporary loan, but not required to pay for all government help, but not have to pay back and can live on it. If really needed, taxes should be voluntary and only a contract for benefits and contribution to society like roads, and not unchecked money for the government to do whatever they want, secretly against its people's will, which is why the American colonies broke away from Great Britain Empire. No one world government, not even our own. We have rights as humans on Earth, things that no man can take away. Freedom. In our founders' constitution, but today, 2016, those freedoms have been taken away and our laws complicated, not made by the people, complex codes written in secret on how to judge people wrong, which all violate freedom, and are not fair. Biased, our laws can't be written by government without the vote of the people. But they have, so it all should be overturned and have new laws, with founded laws. Because government have wrecked progress with more than half people's money and resources spent and tax wasted, and they need to give it back, and quit taxing other forms of money, and forcing identification where people can't buy or sell wall without government. Government needs to mail refunds on years' worth of tax that was stolen, and to people who were slaves, or natives stolen from with interest and pay money for crimes. And human rights violations, trillions of dollars need to be handed out over time, not just for our citizens, but for the citizens of Earth. And I doubt it will be more than the debt on 2 wars. Mismanaged money not spent for our troops or to rebuild, but wasted on military-industrial complex, and not to build bases or equipment machines, but new technology money to private corporations who have taken over the world. We shouldn't have given our internet and military security and aircraft, military transportation and weapons technology to be built owned by private corporations, who put us in a police state. Private corporations hiring our police and training our people, owning our weapons tech, making trillions. That should be done by NASA for aircraft and other agencies run by the people, and jobs for hardworking Americans, not private corporations. Things made by Americans that are better made, engineered. We need American engineering jobs under government run by the people. Design our own stuff, not planned by corporations and not made secret. How it's done to our own government and its people. And think of this: in the olden days, kingdoms and kings built and made their own kingdoms, paid for and shared their wealth, and the people returned the favor for good leadership to run the country. But we have a government kings that don't protect its people. NASA Aeronautics Corps, instead of having big private corporations run our air systems for government, why not have it go through NASA? Let Americans build their own aircraft And space technology again, better technology, 10 million times better is an understatement. Better quality, more advanced, built tougher American workers who know how, instead of corporations controlling the security around our military technology, the American worker who built it should, instead of letting corporations own America and take over the world and play politics and gain from our struggles, bring more American jobs at good pay. Instead of cybersecurity by corporations, why not NASA? Cyber intelligence, cyber advanced systems at the top and bottom out for reliable communications and security, so intelligent no threat is capable of striking a computer system so good no matter what someone does it can't do wrong. Intelligent with manual operators instead of corporations taking the people's money to go to space. Why not let government through NASA, hard-working Americans explore, build their own systems? Funding more capable NASA ingenuity would be cheaper. We have been held back by not relying on NASA instead of corporations. Centuries in advancement technology, corporations promise smart tech computer system on their craft, but good ingenuity works better. Instead of max managing old systems, it's time for an upgrade. National Aeronautics and Space Administration should include cyberspace and aircraft. So high-tech warfare, energy rays that harm people. It does go on. The answer is just invent shields and things that create good energy, blocking bombs and entropy on other worlds, places, in homes. Prosecuting crime in digital age. Computers see evidence alone. If there is, then a computer will rule. There is, then a judge can use that. Artificial intelligence and digital system protect people that are innocent from arrest and war and crime. Shields. Character is the issue. Not only do you have people arrested without proof, even if they did something minor, they have a reason, such as that person got away with trying to murder, assault them or a friend, or that person raped their friend. So they pick a fight or vandalize minor. Without proof, police arrest them because that person isn't with the law, and judges abuse their power to over-sentence against the law. And participants such as churches will house that person for years in bad homes, blaming to protect them. When used for drug rehab, these can be okay places, but having those people represent you in court like you're guilty with no proof for fake plea deals, when it was already arranged or going there. Character the issue. Judges don't look at character even years later, and 3 strikes laws don't take into account character, locking people in for life. No parole yet ever. Other major violent attempted murder will get out, especially if they have money, while poor hardworking Tiny Tim sits in jail. Character is the issue, and self-defense, taking care of threats and feces situations, is never allowed. Their character, no matter how far they go, should set them free. And if you have a crazy disjointed character, that should get less time as well. Or if it's out of character and to you feels like an accident, not a cold-blooded crime or mind control, in crazy situation that no one accounts for. Scared. So if the crime is not as bad and the character was good. Also, a felony should only be violence, major violence, and bodily harm only if it's not for a threat, fight, or charter reason. And it has to be all their fault and intent to actually try to majorly harm. And to do it, not emotional accidents. Things like theft shouldn't be a felony if no one gets hurt, but is a crime arrestable. Now, not all rape or other crimes in this should be 1 year in jail or more, sometimes first time less, depending on servility of it. Current laws are fine regarding things like that. 2016, a felon should be a crime without character or feeling of insult, and that is major and jail worthy. Emancipation when talking about teen girls or single parents who started having children as a teen. There are rules that if parents don't provide for their children enough so they can support themselves, that they can't throw them out, and should be even if they are adults. People should have responsibility to take care of family and freedom, immediate family first, not throw them out of what they are entitled to on technicality. If it was my children, they mean just as much if not more than my spouse, anyone it should. So they should be entitled to my wealth, not just a spouse. And those grandkids too. But all family should be taken care of, responsibility, old or young. Family somewhat. and house them. To and love your neighbor as yourself. Neighbor families not allowed to sue or majorly charge for minor things. Even in the laws of Moses inspired by God, there has to be an inheritance for the daughter of the father, and support each other and friends somewhat. Through churches too. Faith-based plans sign up for. Receive benefits. Government to people like tax breaks, checks in the mail who follow this to support family and dependents, and governor money to feed, water, clothe families everywhere. Gambling for teens under adult age should be illegal, not valid, and no crooked con hacking, pop-up, wrong button, non-conformation, not funded, steal or con credit card gambling either. Beyond persons means not valid. The structure of a bet has to be valid, fair, not cheated or unfair practices. And teachers should be paid more. Highly valued. With good values screened. For children. Background checked. Given tests for how they believe related to children. We need police in schools, and they can help teach. Provide security. Usually guns by cops checked in a vault for quick access, but armed with stun guns, pepper spray, other weapons. Pollutants killing oceans. Contaminates dumped in the groundwater half-mile below Earth's surfaces. Industrial waste. Dumped unrecycled garbage in mismanaged lands, either bred in disease from poison bugs, or being poisoned. The land's full of harmful killing poisons for bugs. In our foods, vegetables sprayed on, dumped on, sold in stores. Fumes pollute the air from planes with bad toxins in them. They want you to stop driving a CO2 car or breathing out CO2 good for plants. But planes, they don't care about that. The message has just been about cars, gas, fossil fuels in cars, other ground. But when you see chemtrails, planes spraying the sky with white smoke, polluting it back forth for no reasons, and you're on the ground often wondering why, as you enjoy a whole day outside, where are they with C02 stories then? Damaging pollution and harmful chemicals, drugs. It's all the same thing, mind control. All censored. From view denying fact. Media. Editing, photoshopping. Reports. In your face to lie for satanism. People are so mind-controlled, can't even look at facts, think critically on their own, so they believe a lie, knowing there is more to it. Kids know better than adults the dangers of these things. It's plain to them. So that is the real mental illness. And that's why they drug kids and babies. They hate them not allowing freedom of thought for anyone. Schools that teach false lies. That know bad things like illegal drugs, teaching that's good, pollution good. That's why they allowed the internet. Because they wanted to control it. Like schools. How is that working out? I'm not saying all chemicals in the water or drugs are bad. There is some good, some bad. Natural is always better, but for survival, some things are okay and are great if used right. Not made wrong. It is better to just filter and energy filter with natural food substance to purify water instead of heavy chemicals in excess for water. But most of it is perfectly safe to drink. It may have a downside, but if we are healthy enough, it won't bother us. I speak of tiny amounts of things in our water made right. Solution is to stop bad substances in our lives. Not let others give it to use and invent new ways of high-tech fixing it, filtering new super substances for health, natural this time. Better recycling and processing of waste, spend money on it. For health of the planet and us. No more pollution. What does freedom mean? It means I can go anywhere, wherever I am. I'm free. If someone is being unfair, they own a public place. I'm free to change things. Liberate, put goodness and fun there without being prosecuted, arrested. For playing around. No matter who I play around with. That I can say to all free things. Without blackmail or being arrested. That information is free, that as long as I don't hurt anybody, I can't be jailed unless I commit a crime. Secrets are fair game to promote freedom. To prevent totalitarian government. Which is what we have worldwide. And that my business should be just as free with fair practice, not to jail everyone for only money, for running their establishment freely without regulation to the point where you can't even pay your bills without red tape, prosecution, bank statements, or can't buy or sell. without a mark, and everyone plays by the same rules. No respecter of person, for any reason, just laws and deferred actions, and being a part of that right, wrong, good, bad. We need to end laws like structuring, not allowing business to operate freely, pay their bills, and lie and charge them with tax fraud when it's not. And also to churches, the immediate revenue service. We can't allow people to hijack government when they're insulted and go after you, even our presidents, leaders, groups. Through government and fake news. Temperament. The system of government has been made up. Presidents don't have any real power. An elite group of secret practices, corporations, a multi-layered group control the spending, banking, and the way government secretly works. Spend money on everything. And they and their faction, business, pick the employees to settle small spending debts. Groups like activists have slowed them down. And it goes deep. Secret groups control the information we get and lock it in the government where no one can see what they're doing. Everything's secret. Even your medical records kept from you. Disinformation media, and there are deeper revelation, but if we work from a strong position together actively, we will be finale free, and they will become criminal and bankrupt, not significant. I would encourage you to create your own medical records privately so they can't lie. Move up step by step in this universe. And make your own system free of theirs. Better don't rely on them. Think for yourself. Use the most powerful tool besides our Savior God and prayer, the mind brain. Knowledge that God gave you. Creativity. Some of them might be okay or some necessary. We need to improve, change, and not just destroy. Build on what we have. Make them work for you, now, for and by us, so we can better manage and continue and better help the world. And become independent.